Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Saturday, December 19th, 2:56 p.m. here in the Arizona desert. Sorry I've been away. I think I had 19 a while ago, back like many people did, and now I think I'm taking on the next wave, taking on 20. So my antibodies are worth some money because I got them. I beat that one too. Anyway, entertainment purposes only. This is not financial nor medical advice. I'm a crazy person in his garage. With that said, BitcoinDailyView.com is where you can find links to all the cool stuff we talk about and indicators that I use, and I try to keep the news updated here that I do mention in the show. Why is the Bitcoin bull run? Why is bull season basically different in 2021? Well, as we move into 2021 from the end of 2020, because Bitcoin shortage as Wall Street FOMO turns BTC whales into plankton. Yes, those people, those whales that have always messed with us, they were on their conference call and they'd be like, dump it, and boom, they would make crap tons of money on shorts. Look, you were either part of that club or you weren't. But you know what? Now they are guppies. They're plankton. F them. They have tortured us long enough. I play to win, okay? And here's the deal. You've got MicroStrategies, you've got Grayscale, I should say MicroStrategy, Grayscale, Square. And you got to realize that when you look at Grayscale, that's a GBTC. That's what people who are buying in traditional markets, that's how they get their Bitcoin. You got to realize that big money is buying it en masse, and yes, some of that is simply being sold to the customers, like Grayscale. Yes, they're buying it, but they're also providing it to customers. That's customer demand also. But also, you look at like a MicroStrategy that is pumping money into Bitcoin, and many others. They're doing it because they know the dollar is wrecked and it's going to continue being more wrecked. There's so much uncertainty, and basically they are hedging their wealth. So you've got MicroStrategy. Also, you look at RuPaul talking about Paul talking about he's got, I think, 90%, a huge amount of his wealth into Bitcoin right now. Of course, he has enough hedged out to like live comfortably forever anyway, but so it's not quite the same risk for him. But still, people are not only are companies buying it like Grayscale to provide it to retail customers that want it, but also you have companies like I said, MicroStrategy and or individuals like a Raul Paul, they're buying it to preserve their wealth because they know you sit in dollars, you're losing money, you're sitting in Bitcoin, you're making it. So I think going into 2020, as we go into massive global uncertainty, probably financial crashes, my prediction, not financial advice, it's entertainment purposes only, not medical advice, not financial advice, but I think as we move into a bit of a interesting 2021 with many problems, the smart money is into crypto to preserve their wealth. And whether you want to call them the big guys, like the globalists, the technocracy, whatever you want to call it, there's been a lot of like nodding to yes, we're going to jump in this and save our asses. So yes, maybe there were whales that were constantly dumping on us, but just my opinion, okay, is that I think any dumps we have are going to be micro dumps. They're going to be wicks. They're going to be bought right up. More Bitcoins being bought every week, I think every day ultimately, than can be mined. So look, that shortage is coming, and as we get to the bottom of that shortage, when that bucket is empty and big money can't buy it and retail investors can't buy it, that price is going to be insane. And Willy Woo and others that I predict like 100K Bitcoins and such, I tell you what, we're going to be thinking of 20K as what 3K was not long ago. We're going to be thinking of 20K. We're going to look at like 35Ks next, and then 50. And I'm telling you, once that shortage really hits, boom. So myself, I don't short at all. I buy more on the dips. It is bull season. I hope you've been dollar cost averaging. I hope you're winning. With that said, that's why, and I'm just mentioning all this and kind of going on about it because I've had a lot of people ask me, well, why do you think it's different? All this retracing bullshit that we keep hearing. No, it won't. It might wick rather quickly, but that's going to be bought up by greedy people who want that stuff. People are looking to Bitcoin along with large companies, very wealthy individuals, along with little guys. They're like, I want to save my ass because I know what's coming. That money printing ain't slowing down. And every time it gets closer, as that money printing gets closer here in the US, that DXY, that dollar strength index, It's like an old biplane with the wings shot off and it's just spiraling to the ground. Forget it. It's going to be a certain point where it's too damn late if you're in that dollar, and it's too damn late if you're not in Bitcoin. So that's where I'm hanging out, and that's what I'd suggest. And for anybody who has any more of this, oh, it's got to retrace to blah, blah, blah. You heard it here. You're wrong. All right, with that said, if you want some positivity, check out, I linked it over there at Bitcoin Daily View, a chat between David Dubine and I recently. It was a lot of fun. I talked about why I welcome the Great Reset, because it's forcing a parallel society and a parallel a parallel society and also a parallel economy, all right? And a lot of what you're seeing, this is basically in response to the Great Reset, which, hey man, Klaus said it's going to happen. So, yeah, take that for what it's worth. They ain't joking. Anybody who thinks that globalists or the technocrats are joking, you're wrong, all right? They're not. They're going to do it. And they got their man in, so boom. All right, look at all this beautiful fiat rolling into the United States, buying crypto. Oh yeah, we're buying it. Look at that beautiful stream of Bitcoin just flying in there, and Litecoin. It's glorious. It's glorious. Even XRP. I guess the bankers aren't defeated yet. ETH is moving. ETH bubble's moving. Hope you guys can see that. It's a cool graphic. It's a cool little site. Check it out. It's fun. Not the most scientific thing in the world, but it's groovy. All right, now, with that said, green day in the market. Of course, some else are getting their asses crushed still, and some are on the way up after being massively crushed. But here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at ETH BTC. When that hits a certain level, that's what I'm going to say that alt market is definitely full on Lambo mode all the way to Pluto. We'll look at that briefly. Bitcoin coming in at 23,923. It's going to hit 24,000. It's going to be 25,000 tomorrow. Come on, people. Not financial advice. I'm a crazy person. I got to always say that because they're watching. Dominance, 66%. Let's be honest. The dominance is really 99%. Anyway, Ethereum, 666%. Woo! The Ethereum of the beast. It's letting us know. It's letting us know its presence there. Okay, XRP, 59 cents, not bad. Litecoin in the deep green, 14% up. BNB, a super player, almost 9%. All is rocking. Little Cardano up 1.5%. Mostly winners in the market right now. If you're in an alt and you got your ass handed to you recently by this pump, hang in there. As Bitcoin does level off, the alts will begin to chase it. I'm going to show you where I think we're going to definitely see a massive turnaround for alts in general as we go along. Volume last 24 hours for Bitcoin, $3.8 billion. That's rocking. And on Binance, $2.1 billion. Now, I heard this word of mouth. I have not been able to verify it with a link or anything. But what I heard was that, and I heard this, okay, rumor, all right, I'm being honest with you, that Binance in this recent pump has had to add like 600 application servers to keep up. Now, I hope that they get auto-generated in their VMs. That would make more sense, and the system basically load balances that way. But I don't know how many they have. I don't know how many per country. But anyway, if they had to add 600, servers, man, that's a big deal. Maybe it's not, but it sounds kind of like a big deal. So with that said, boom. And Binance has had a hard time keeping up, and so has Coinbase. They seem to be stable now, but $2 billion in volume last 24 hours, that's rocking for Binance. And what did I know? I know it was going to happen. I had a feeling before 2020 was over, we would see Coinbase over $500 million in a day, and there we go, 590 million. So we got basically almost $500 million in volume last 24 hours on Coinbase. Cool. You're earning those expensive fees, Coinbase. Anyway, other players like Bitfinex, Bitstamp, and Kraken, Bitflyer, whoever you are, all definitely hit numbers they do not usually hit. So little application servers, little databases are screaming. That blockchain's on fire. Woo! On fire with the peaceful revolution of crypto. All right, on Binance, where all that beautiful $2 billion in volume is, 70% longs, 29% shorts. So, for all y'all who keep singing this song about we gotta retrace, I hope you heard what I said. You're wrong. Anyway, we might micro crash, but that's it. Sorry, doomers. Your time is over. Just like the whales that have been kicking our asses. Now we got bigger whales that can, I don't know. We'll see how they torture us. Bitcoin on the 5-minute chart, you can see if you are on TradingView or another charting software, and you can use a 5-minute chart, do watch the 200 moving average and Bitcoin. 200 moving average is the white one right here. When you see it start to flirt with it, like kind of go above and below it, like it was doing right here, you can kind of see this whole area where it was kind of bouncing up and down, making those crosses. Wouldn't hurt to have a little TradingView alert for when it makes those crosses of the 200 moving average, because once it does make a good break above it, look what's going to happen. Just a little tip right there for you. All right, now on the 45-minute chart. Okay, we broke, boom, of the 200 moving average not long ago, and we are healthy. I love to see Bitcoin above, or any coin above on the 45-minute chart, well above the 200 moving average and pulling away from it. This is glorious. This is wonderful. The quicker moving average is above the slower, so the 200 is above the 314. This is good, beautiful. We're very, very strong. Directional index is in the green. ADX is perfect. RSI is in a good spot to keep going. KRI is basically in the green. We are rocking it. Now, one thing I see a lot of people doing is, how far is it going to go? What's the next? Wherever, blah, 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 all this crap. Look, just sit back and chill. Like, we're in price discovery. You can conjecture if you want, if you're a pro and whatever, and you have to have answers for people, or you feel you need to have them for yourself, whatever. Why not just enjoy the weekend? Let it do its thing. We'll know where it's going and where it's going to retrace from, if it does at all, soon enough. Enjoy. Get your head out of the game, once in a while. It'll do you good. Okay, here we go. Ethereum BTC. All right, so Ethereum BTC on the 4-hour chart. This is something that I'm watching, okay? And this is where I'm going to call alt season. I mean, alt season's already happening. Let's face it. There's alts that are pumping like crazy, and if you're watching their charts and you got in and you're making money, then it's alt season, right? I mean, it's kind of always alt season because there's always an alt making money. If nothing else, you could be shorting an alt and then you're making money. So it's always alt season. So what we mean by alt season, or what is meant by that, you kind of got to define the term, and I don't really know what it is. Let's just say alt season's when Bitcoin's doing okay, at least sideways, and alts are rocking. So pretty much everybody's happy. That's alt season. So Bitcoin's been pumping, and everyone's kind of happy with where it's at. They'd like it to go further, but if it hung out sideways with strong indicators, people would be fine, With that said, we got that going on right now. It's pumped. It's kind of sideways. Everybody's fine. They're happy. They're excited to see it pump more. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Doesn't really matter. Everybody's fine. They're going to live with it. It pumped. Chill. Okay. We'll see what it does next. Let it build to its next move, whether it's pump or dump, whatever. We're in a good spot. Bitcoin pumped. Sideways. Good. Now alts go, whoa, I'm going to wake up and, time for our rocket ship to Lambo land, So, if I look at Ethereum BTC right here, Ethereum was doing great back here around like 21st of November, a beautiful uptrend. Bitcoin starts cranking, and it just basically could not hold any of these fib levels. It got below the 618. That kind of sucks, but it has found some footing on the 786. Really, I kind of call it over when you get below the 618 quite often. I mean, that's really the last place you want to bounce. But I tell you what, it's going to bounce off the 786 here. It looks like, or, well, all hope's friggin' lost, all right? So with that said, when it gets above the 618, when it begins to challenge that and gets above it, I'm going to say alt season is definitely looking pretty good, okay? Because ETH is like the alt. I mean, it's like there's Bitcoin, then there's Ethereum, and Ethereum's not exactly an altcoin. I'm going to call it this like deity. It's sort of like part BTC, right? And it's part like altcoin. I mean, it's kind of like Zeus's favorite son, whatever that guy was called, Hercules, right? Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like the Hercules of coins, It's half God, right? So Bitcoin, deity, Ethereum, the Hercules of alts, and then man and God and whatever. It's amazing, right? So when Ethereum gets back above the 618, and that's definitely on an uptrend, and so it's got a little bit of a road to get there, but when it gets above the 618, good. I got a little alert for that. I'm like, boom, I want to get above that 618. Glorious. I'm going to call that we're making things happen. But then look where the 200 moving average is here on the 4-hour chart, right at the 0.5 fib level. So I'm going to say we're looking really good, and I think we're going to see some alt explosions going on when Ethereum Bitcoin gets over the 618. right at about dot 0.0291 sats. When it gets above the .5, which is also the 200 moving average, and it really starts making a strong move above that, you get a candle close above the 200 moving average and the .5 on the fib. On the 4-hour chart, you get a candle close above that. Boom. We're going to be living in a different world, quite literally. So that's my indicator for when it's officially alt season AF. All right, now, just some things I want to mention because people are asking about it. Look, I love the Crypto.com card. It's metal. It's cool. You can keep crypto in there. Whenever you want, you can say top off and boom. Right? You can be right. It happens instantly, which is very nice. You can have your Bitcoin used as a Bitcoin wallet or whatever you might like to do. When you're waiting in line, how much is this going to cost? I'll just top off, boom, and there you can pay for it. So I kind of like that. It's really beneficial. So I find that it is a great way to get my Bitcoin or other cryptos converted instantly to a debit card that I can then buy things with. I don't do that very often, but there are times when I do want to. And also, let's just say you've got unusually hard times, something happens, whatever, you need to spend some crypto, right? Well, this card makes it insanely easy. If you do pay taxes on your crypto, which you should, it does integrate with CoinTracker IO, which is a great tax system. So it's really truly a legit powerful platform. I like it. It's just friggin' rockin'. So for heaven's sakes, if you're a crypto person, even if you don't use it, even if you just use it for like a crypto wallet and you try it one day buying something for $1, do it. It's just kind of essential. I'm a crypto operator gear thing, all right? You know, Crypto.com, once again, you can also now get crypto earn. They are doing actually kind of some, I guess you call it like DeFi, where you can get interest on your crypto. I have not been using it for that, but it's a new feature I do believe that they are offering now. Celsius is the place that I go to make interest on my crypto. It's a wallet. It's an online app. I do believe in January they're going to have it's an app on your phone now. I do believe in January the plan is to have it also on the web to make it a little bit easier. So basically, you put your money in there, and then boom, you make interest. You make like 10% plus on some stable coins. I mean, really, if you got a bank account, you put it in the USDC, pretty darn safe. You put it in your Celsius app. And then boom, you're making like 10% interest. Who's doing that? It's even way more in some cases. So anyway, I mean, if you're a Bitcoin hodler, you hodl it in Celsius, you make more Bitcoin dollar cost averaging by doing nothing. I use it, it works, I've researched it. Hey, not financial advice, entertainment purposes only, but for me, I find this to be a brick shithouse of a platform, and it does work. All right, BlockFi. I like Celsius better. But with BlockFi, they're doing the same thing. Interest on crypto, interest on stablecoins. What I like about BlockFi is right here. They are basically making the world's first Bitcoin rewards credit card. So if you get signed up on BlockFi, put a Satoshi over there. Then if you get the card, you got to be on a wait list right now. But when you get the card, they're paying back like 1.5% on all purchases in Bitcoin. Okay, I'm going to faint, that's awesome, right? This has been a Bitcoin Daily View. You can find links in the show description, or you can go over to Bitcoin Daily View, and I do have affiliate links for all these things. Yes, it's affiliate links, but don't worry. I mean, if you think me making 11 cents off you getting the Crypto.com card is why I do this, well, whatever. Everybody, it is good to be alive after you've been sick as crap, and I'm glad you're here for the peaceful revolution. Take care, everybody, and I'll try to keep these rolling.